Let's go. Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids. Too sweet sign for the click.
But you don't work there.
Feel like I need a shower just looking
Gotta
at
get
you.
ready.
What the fuck does that mean?
They ain't been the same ever since.
What?
Living pretty
We
well
cut
on
the head
challenge.
off a-
I ain't
You're gonna
got
be
no
single
time
for the rest of your
like
life.
Brock Lesnar on the beast.
Look at the heat.
Sleep flex and
Look at the
repeat.
heat.
Whole new swag with a
Wild.
pass on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level got
I get no bitches.
Bringing
I'm a
content on
hoe.
the daily. Feeling like Gresh and Suela.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, and everybody in between, welcome back to another installment of the Gresh and Suela podcast. Joining you is the voice that does the most, Gresh, and as always, joining me is the queen of rubbers herself, Suela the Bandit, and my God, we back for
Yes, we
episode
back.
25 of the Gresh and Suela podcast. We are literally this year's almost over. What the
Yeah.
heck, it's November. It is
You
November.
know what's
3rd.
crazy about that? It feels like October just came in and was just like, okay, it just came and left.
I was 27 2 days ago, and now I'm 28. So
Like October just sped right on through.
literally.
Like, I was saying, like, dang, it's November already. Like, man, and then on top of that, it's past the 1st. That's the funny part about it. It's
It's the
already
3rd.
November 3rd. Like,
November 3rd. It's pretty soon. It's gonna be time for turkey and ham and beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes, ham, palm.
man, did you see my story on Instagram?
I haven't been on Instagram today. What was it?
So this man who I follow on Instagram, he does like remixes and stuff. He took a sample of what Stone Cold said in one of his old matches and put it to a beat, and it was the funniest thing ever. I said, "Why does this go together?" I said, "Yeah, this is going on my story." It's
When
on
did
my
you share it?
story.
You shared it this morning?
Yeah, I shared it today. Like it's on there. It's
So
still up there.
I'll check it. I'll check it before I leave. What's good with you, Jade? And I see you in the chat. Appreciate you for joining. Appreciate everybody for joining us because today we got a lot to talk about. It's a double header here for the Gresh and Suela podcast because we got a lot to talk about this week in wrestling, as well as we'll be talking about, or we stepping back into the year 2003 when we relive Monday Night Raw, talking about RAW Roulette. Eric Bischoff was a wild motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
He was a wild motherfucker back in the day.
I'm surprised I actually watched majority of it because some stuff I was like, okay, I gotta skim through, get to the end. It's too much. I was like, oh my gosh, like how long is this video?
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like by the time we got to match like 5, I was like, damn, this shit ain't over.
Right.
I feel you on that one. I was like that too. I was like, damn.
Dang, how many matches did y'all have that night? Like, whoa.
Yeah, I was 1 in 2003. Thank you for making me feel old, mother.
Right. Don't do that.
How old was I in 2003? Was I? Shit, I know I was close to being 10.
I was 6.
So I was 9. I was 9. Thank you for making me feel old. God.
All right.
Damn. Like, God damn.
Like, man.
But yeah, we're gonna be reliving Monday Night Raw as well. That's gonna be your main event here of the Gresh and Suela podcast. But we got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be so sit back, relax, open up your cold beverage. I'm drinking a Fiji water today because I want to keep it simple because I got to work in the morning. But we're gonna enjoy this episode of the Gresh and Suela podcast and have fun as much as possible. It's been crazy. Damn, I was 0 in 2000.
Poor baby. Well, this don't apply to you.
I got something for your ass.
It's okay. It's okay.
I wasn't prepared for that one.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, like the fact they say it like that, that's how I feel about sometimes when they like in the 90s, like when people be talking about all the parties they done been to in the 90s. I'm like, y'all don't talk about that. I didn't come to 96. Like, dang, it's like I'm kind of still a part of the 90s era, but it's like, why y'all had to throw that in my face like that?
Facts. Drinking water since I've been sick. Hey, wish you well, my friend. I hate when people are sick because that is the worst feeling in the world. when you're sick, especially when it's out of your
Yes,
control.
drink that water, please.
Stay hydrated. I still watched it though. I hope you did because we got a lot to talk about, especially certainly some stuff to talk about. Because some stuff I had to write down. I was like, did I just see that shit? So we'll talk about that when we get there. But without further ado, let's get some house notes out the way because I know a lot of people are pretty much listening in the audio format. We don't want to give them a reason to click off this podcast. But yo, we got a lot to talk about. Before we do that, shout out to our Patreon backers over at patreon.com/GreshDigital. Without you guys, it would not be possible to do what we do here at the Gresh Unleashed podcast. Because Lord Almighty, a lot goes into producing 25 episodes, especially when you got to deal with internet and all that stuff. Ooh boy, we were working on getting a in-person podcast up and going. Just got to find a proper space. Might end up renting a house because these commercial properties are oof. Well, I appreciate you guys over at patreon.com/GreshDigital. If you guys want to support, you can do so by joining that link. And speaking of Patreon, we got Patreon exclusive content coming back. We got hold on, I got applause for y'all. Let's do this. Let's do this proper. We got Patreon exclusive content coming back. Is Patreon exclusive series Watch and Vibe. Okay, shut up.
You're getting a little too overexcited right now.
An exclusive series Watch and Vibe segment that is coming back actually tomorrow, to be precise. Let me read everything that I wrote down because I actually wrote this stuff down. I want to be proper for you guys. Like I said, Watch and Vibe will be back. It will be a priority among other stuff that comes to mind, but the next one will be us reacting to Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker in a first blood match. For those who are new, it's just $1 to join, and Watch and Vibe is exclusive exclusive to all tiers. Is available across the whole Patreon. And if you want to join the club, you can do so today. And it's only hidden behind the wall because it's just for those people who actually support the podcast monetarily. We want to give you guys something and a reason to stick around. So if you guys want your name at the bottom of the screen and all that good stuff, make sure you check out patreon.com/GreshDigital. It is completely up to you. We're not pushing it. We just want to get that out the way. And we already gave a quick rundown of everything that's going on. Oh, speaking of quick rundown, not Riddle, forget him. Reddit, I'm back doing Reddit reaction videos on the Gresh YouTube channel. I haven't done it in over a month because I've been on the road and been pretty much readjusting back here in Atlanta because it takes me a while. It takes me a while. What is this? Oh, I'm hearing echo. It's YouTube, my phone. Fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, it is. I've been readjusting back here in Atlanta, so I'm trying to really get back in the groove here, all this stuff. But yo, join the Reddit. I believe some people been posting stuff. I've been getting notifications that y'all been posting. So post on, and just it's a fun experience. If it's goofy, we prefer goofy. So if it's goofy, please post that because I want to laugh. You want to laugh? Let's laugh together. Come on now. But before we move on, let's give a special shout out to our good buddy Chris Dinkops over on he actually joined. Well, he joined the table to give an interview and all this stuff. He's actually on his road to becoming a professional wrestler. So shout out Chris Dinkops because man, I know, brother. I know it is hard. Like I've been thinking about becoming a wrestler myself, but I ain't gonna lie to you. It sounds painful. I'm thinking about it. I've been training nonstop. People would think I'm not beating the Gresh trainer to become a wrestler allegations. That's just not gonna happen. It is literally it's crazy out here. What's up, Danielle? What's going on?
Yeah, that's my twin.
What's going on with? Oh, that's your twin. Okay, I saw a twin. I'm like, who the hell? But yeah, shout out Chris Dinkops on his road to becoming a professional wrestler. Wish you well, brother. And we'll get you back. We want to get you back on the show when you are official in the wrestling business as far as a wrestler is concerned, because I believe he got a documentary and everything's coming out very, very soon. So shout out to him and on his road to becoming a wrestler.
We all should like try something out one day. Like all of us just take a good I don't know. How do I say this? Like a little day where all of us like meet up together and we all go like to like a workout place or like a sparring place and just like have fun. You know how many laughs that we gonna have, especially because of me. Like I'm gonna be doing so much falling, it's gonna be ridiculous. They were like, "I thought you want to have a body like this." Well, I do, but the key thing is I don't want to have to fight anybody. I just want to look good when I hit 30 and above. Like I know what I'm doing. Don't mess up my plans, okay? Like, oh, you look great. Go ahead and get in the ring. No, that's not what this is for.
That's not what this is about. This
is for after I have kids. Like, this is before I get married and after I have kids. Like,
wait.
I know what I'm doing. I still want to look good when I get married. And then when I get married and after I have my children, I still want to be right back at the size that my spouse met me. Like, I know what I'm using the training for. I don't know what your idea is for me, but I know what my ideas are for me. We're on two different levels right now.
Like I'm just talking. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Listen, let me figure this out. This isn't it. Let me figure this out. Hold on a minute. Hold on. You said
right
a back
now
bump. Hold on.
The same wave.
Like hold on. Whoa. You want me to back bump? By back bump, define back bump. Do you want me to roll over or do you want me to just drop back? Like. Define this statistic because I'm not we're not on the same wavelength. Right. Come on.
That's not the conversation we had last night, George. Come here, let me pull your side.
This is a good icebreaker, but we got another icebreaker for you guys because I don't know if you actually watch Up, Down, Down with Xavier Woods, Austin Creed.
I gotta play catch it.
They got a battle of the they got a battle of the brands episode, and I got a snippet that literally made me dying. It was an exchange between Omos and Kofi Kingston, and I'm actually about to show it.
Now I gotta watch it.
This was hilarious. I was not expecting this, but yo, you guys got to check this out.
There's a little animosity here.
What do you mean a little? A little animosity? That's because you're tall? I got to be
like
little.
this already.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm doing for you here? I'm trying to make this TV magic. I put you closer to the screen. I'm sitting back here to give more dramatic effect. And I put you over. And you got a condescend me. And you look down at me and you don't even look down and you look down with your eyes. You don't know what you're
right
doing.
There.
You're little.
Oh, that
energy. You mean a little?
What
you mean?
That's me.
No, you are big. I am not little.
So if I'm big, you're little.
No!
Wow.
You are big. I am normal. I am normal. Matter of fact, in the world, I am above average size. Just because you are a gargantuan giant doesn't make me little.
Hold on.
What's the opposite of a Lilliputian?
Hold on. From my perspective,
Hold
on, brother. From my perspective.
That's when it's best to put the controllers in our hands.
Don't tell everyone else in the room. Say, you're all little. You look over at me and you look down and you say, come on, this is what I'm talking about, bro. This is what I'm talking about, bro.
This is what ping pong game that we had.
Why you bringing up all stuff? I'm putting the kid over. I'm putting the kid over. The new talent. Matter of fact, I would sit closer to the screen to make you look smaller. Look, no, I do. Now I do.
I don't need it.
But you don't get it.
I don't need it.
Yeah, look. Wow, now that people are going to be watching him being like, oh, he's not nearly as big as I thought he was. Look, Kofi and him are just about the same size. Because look, it's TV, man. You can't fight the magic, bro. You can't. This is magic. This is abracadabra. Okay, now you want
Magic Jones.
Started it, man. You see this insane animosity here?
Cut this.
No.
I love it.
That man was he was not having it. Like, yo, I had to use that as the icebreaker for this episode because
man,
I know how little people be feeling because my God.
That's me. Yep. And we'll tell you too. We be like, listen, I know my clothes look a little bigger than me, but you have to understand something. I'm a pretty big deal. Like, revel in it. It's like you have to love us. Like, I don't think the world could ever get so far without little people. Like, I really don't. I don't. There's a balance. Like, you need all the comedy you could get. Like, you need it. Like, oh God, if this whole world was ran by giants, oh my, I can't. Hey, that's what happens when you are standing toe to toe with somebody that's like 6 foot or 7 foot and over. You just like,
that dude is 7'5".
Yeah, you just like, you know what? Yeah.
When I saw that, man, I was like, bro, why can't we get this Omos on TV? This dude is hilarious.
Yeah, like that's what I want.
I'm over the mute giants with a manager. Let this man just go out there and just be himself. I'm not saying be over the top, but just let him be himself and just let him talk like a normal person. Like, he ain't gotta sound like a P5 like this dude.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do that.
This dude ain't gotta come out here talking about P5 from. I smell the size of my opponent. Ooh.
Like, you ain't gotta be like that at all.
Come on, man. Like, man, that was hilarious. And then I got one more icebreaker before we get into what we're going to talk about today. And this is shout out to another former guest, not former guest, but a friend of the podcast. That is Ruthless Lala, independent wrestler Ruthless Lala. And she is...
I love her, especially on the intro. Like, she
what the fuck does that mean? He said, what is crazy that Omar said he likes anime? Yeah,
that's amazing. Do y'all see this wall? You can't even see. Look at this.
Yeah, for those in audio format, they can't really see, but yeah, she got anime on her wall. She has anime right there. She is an anime person.
And back here in the back. That does not include freaking a Naruto type picture like on the other corner of this wall and another Dragon Ball and another Naruto over here. Like, oh my God.
See, that's the beauty behind this podcast, because she just said a word and I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
so yeah, but yo, shout out to Ruthless Lala, because this was I literally could not stop laughing at this little clip, but you guys got to check this out as well.
So funny. This is already. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh man, Lala has this thing where she uses social media to get you engaged in her. Like, shout out to her. When she posted this, I'm like, yo, that's it. This the one. You won. That's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
That's it. You can have it.
That's it. You can have it, dog. So you got this. You got this. That's all I'm gonna say, because that was hilarious. I love that. Keep doing that. But yo, everybody who was in the industry or in the someone say, God, yeah, she hit him with a plastic trash can. I can see her just somewhere when she emptied that trash can out, talking about this again.
It was amazing too. I knew it was coming. I was like, yes, somebody gonna pick up. I said she gonna either pick up that trash can or kick him, and I was right, and I loved it. All right now. Come on, that's with the gorilla.
That's literally how she would be, because I could just see her doing that goofy shit. That's shout out to Rufus Lala. I love her to death. Fun fact, she actually out of nowhere saw me happy birthday on my birthday. I'm like, first of all, I didn't know you could sing. Then I looked at her bio and said, oh, she's a singer. So shout out Rufus Lala. Love you, fam. So hopefully we get you back. We'll more than likely get you back on the show anytime. She really was like, it's trash day today. Yeah.
Yes, we loved it.
Gresh, you can't be doing that. I'm hot. Sorry about that. For those of you who are listening on the online or in audio format, you got to check us out here on the Gresh Unleashed podcast live, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitter, Twitch. And we'll be literally do this icebreakers like this every going forward. So if we're not live, like live, we'll be tape delay, but we are here every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully And obviously, speaking of, in the last little bit, we probably got an announcement going on next week that I'm excited to share it with you guys. It's early stages of it, but we're working on something. We're working on growing this particular show into a brand. So hopefully you guys stick around with that. But let's talk about sticking around. Let's talk about this week in wrestling before we get on to the retro review. Did you just so happen to see Jade Cargill go off on someone on Twitter?
No. So just
Sunday.
NXT and AEW, I did not play catch up on.
Don't feel no. Yeah, we're gonna skim through that. But I'm talking about on Twitter, like, because I know you don't get on Twitter. You don't get on Twitter like that. So yeah, let's dive into what went down. So the AEW announced a match between Jade Cargill and Marina Shafir for the TBS Women's Championship on Wednesday. Keep in mind, remember the last time I've seen that episode, seen that match, I didn't like it because you can attest to it. So infamous podcaster JD from NY replied to the tweet and said, "Oh my God, no, fucking no." Keep in mind, people literally do not care. People literally do not care about if you reply on that stuff. But this particular podcaster has a history of getting into it with wrestlers. He got into, I don't know if you know about the situation with Alexa Bliss a few years back, where
this the same individual.
Yeah, and keep in mind, before anybody assumes anything, I haven't followed this man's anything since I believe 2019 when the Fiend and Bray Wyatt had that. Not the Fiend, the Fiend and Seth Rollins had that Hell in a Cell match. That was just downright terrible. I enjoyed his rant, but then I tried to start following him after that, and then I realized I'm like, this is for me. I don't agree with everything you say, so I wish you well. I'll move on. So I haven't really been following that dude. That was 2019. It's 2022. And I've been seeing his tweets pop up on the timeline every now and then. I'll just be like, oh, I see he's still the same. I wish if it works for you, it works for you. That's you.
Somebody needs some therapy.
But then I guess Jade Cargill caught a whiff of his tweet, because keep in mind, when AEW posts their tweets, they tag the wrestlers that are in the picture. Jade Cargill saw it. So this is the response.
They do.
He said, "Please, for the love of God, no. Damn, I heard you all the way from your mom's basement. Calm down, Mark."
Whoa.
And then he replied in a lengthy thing, and I'm probably not going to read all this because it's a lot of shit. But he says, seemingly, all you of all people, I would hope you use better insults. Quite sad you lower yourself to the fucking shit that dwells on this app. Secondly, I have zero problem with you. Never have, and have expressed nothing but praise for you. Third, Marina sucks. Have a great day. And then he went on and replied to himself, it's really disheartening to do what I do and speak highly of you, and even praised you to Tony himself at a medium scrum last year. And that's the reply I get. People come at me because I am straight up fucking honest, and it's tiresome. My DM is open if you have a problem. Also, I'd like to point out my tweet got over one third the likes of the original tweet I even replied to. Yet I am the fucking problem. For AEW, I am one of the good ones. Maybe someone there should fill her in. He said JD is something else. I agree. Listen. He has a tendency of doing a little bit too much for my taste, if I'm being honest with you. So Jay says better. So it was a whole back and forth. You can read the tweets yourself. I'm leaving them up long enough. It was a whole back and forth. It was like Jay said better insults like what? Like I'll buy your whack ass podcast in real life. That made me laugh. Don't fuck with my coworkers. It's 11. So this is all. Listen, Jade Cargill did all this during brunch hours. It was literally brunch. First thing in the morning. It was brunch. It wasn't even people haven't even got out of church yet. People listen. Some people were still in church because around 11 o'clock, some people it's still praise and worship. Yep. So I'm like, damn. Some mimosas were still getting popped. So I'm like, damn.
And y'all do that?
Y'all doing all that? Like it was sad to see, but and it's like obviously he continued to buckle down and all stuff, but then Britt Baker of all people got involved. Rebel, all these people. It was literally him. He was trending. It was literally him versus the
It said
entire.
right there too. It said sports trending.
It was trending. This man was trending. Like
Man.
Dude said it wasn't even altar call yet.
Man.
Not on the brunch hours. That's what I'm saying. It was like, bro, they didn't even get through the benediction.
I'm trying to tell you, like, y'all couldn't wait.
Nah, Jay, I think Britt has said something, a reply to one of the tweets. She said we've been talking about you for months. We're laughing at you. And I'm like, damn. When she said we're laughing at you, all I could say was I'm like, God damn, they laughing at you, my dog. That's not good look. That's not good look. No, that's not it. But listen, and then obviously that was on Sunday, and then we're gonna talk about AEW briefly in a little bit, but the match itself went down. It wasn't that good. It wasn't good at all. I personally didn't enjoy it. Besides Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill having the presence that she has, I didn't enjoy the match. It was it's like whatever they booked, and I think I listened to Solid Monster because he's one of the calmest and the long-standing podcasters in the game. But I believe he's going on 18 years next month. So that says a lot about him. So when I checked out his podcast, he said something right. He said, instead of worrying about what podcasters are saying, and this goes for everybody, worry about your boss booking y'all to look like jokes. Because even us, we've been saying AEW needs to book their women's division better because, my God, sometimes it's good. Whatever it was on Wednesday was not. But when it comes to him, he's continued, like he didn't believe you. I kid you not. He did not stop. He did not stop. Where's that tweet? What was it? Is it this one? Nope. Oh, this is Britt when she called him out, and it was like, this you? She even disused him, and I'm like, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. But he basically said this. He said to all the podcasters who will continue to kiss the ass of those who did what they did, and none of you said a fucking word. When you talk about this match tonight, realize that I don't miss. I was right, and you better fucking believe I'm gonna rub this shit in. None of them actually tweeted about the match, completely skipped over it, barely even covered it on their streams. Sap, Denise, Friendos, all of them. They either didn't cover it or blankly lied to you and said it was good. LOL. Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest.
That got me when she said, "This you."
Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This right here, this is the response that I agree with. Remember how he said, this is shout out to DM, me and him follow each other. Remember how he said they should learn how to take criticism or to whatever effect it was. Crazy how certain statements only apply when it's not you. And when he said that, I agree. And the reason why I say I agree is because, listen, they don't have beef with you saying that tweet. He has a history, a track record of saying shit out of pocket to the point where you literally look at him like, bro, are you attacking the person or are you attacking the performance? Because you're drawing that line, and it's like you're what is that? A proverbial line stepper. That's what he is. He's a proverbial line stepper, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It is like one thing, and this is just me being me. I hate it when people like to talk out of pocket and want to say, well, freedom of speech. Listen, for those of you who need a refresher on the moral of freedom of speech is legitimately it protects you from the law.
Mm-hmm.
It does not protect you from consequence. If you can legitimately talk out of your neck, expect a response. That's simple. Expect a response. It doesn't matter if you say something negative, positive, or whatever. Expect a response, because let's be real. And I'm talking directly to the camera, and I'm talking directly to you. If I say something on this podcast, in this platform that I am building with my family, friends, and everybody in between, do you think I am going to like cry? Oh, I'm just talking about the camera. I'm like, hey, if I said something out of pocket, I expect you. I expect everybody in the comment section. I expect everybody who follows me on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, say, hey, Gresh, you shouldn't have said that. And I will legitimately come on this platform and say, hey, I fucked up. That was on me. My bad. I got too excited. I got hyped. I was sleep deprived. And shout out Seahawk Cameron on Twitter, because I know he said he responded to a lot of stuff, and he was like, yo, you can't really say a lot of this shit and then expect an interview on down the line. Like he's talking out of turn right here, and he talked about a medium scrum that he had, or he was a part of last year. I would be surprised if you go back, or if you're allowed back, because you've been talking out of pocket. All these wrestlers that you keep insulting or whatever, they can literally say, I don't want him there, and you can and your whole pass is just revoked. Now, I'm not saying come on here and just be like be censored, because it's Gresh Unleashed. I'm gonna be uncensored, but I'm going to still think about the consequences.
Right.
And I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not finna basically waste my time on something. If it's something that sucks, I'm not gonna. I make it clear off the rip. I'm not about to waste my time on it. I'm like, well, that sucked. You can watch it and give your own opinion on it. But this man right here, he literally goes out like what he said. This dude right here, he said JD only cares about the drama he can make the AEW with. JD, I can't read. JD only cares about the drama he can make with the AEW women's roster on Twitter. It's the traction. Like, listen, like I say this all the time. Cloud is a hell of a drug. Like, he's gonna milk this into, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people remember the Alexa Bliss drama that he had. It was in, I believe it was either 2018, 2019, or 2020. It was before the pandemic. So, and I'm pretty sure, I believe someone had told me that he still, it was highlight, because I believe he still checks in on his podcast from time to time. I think he said he was milking that for almost like 8 months. He was milking the hell out of it. And that's what happens. A lot of people are obsessed with clout. A lot of people are obsessed with drama, and it's not us. So my last thoughts on this, and I'm not gonna, after today's episode, you probably won't even hear me talk about it again. If people clip me in or whatever, I'll retweet you. If you clip me and tag me, I'll retweet you. Like, hey, whatever. But I don't hide from a conversation. But let's be real. Like, every podcast out there need to know, hey, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It's your platform. But don't be crying wolf when you get a response.
Right.
And they clap back at you. Because let's be real. You talk, I respond. I talk, they respond. That's how communication works. This freedom of speech bullshit where y'all be like, oh, it's just freedom of speech. Shut the fuck up. Period. Because you're not in the court of law. You're literally talking to two humans. You're wasting your time talking about freedom of speech. Freedom of speech for you to shut the fuck up. That's what the freedom of speech we got right here. And
pretty much.
That's all I can say.
Man,
you got any comments you want to add to this? I know I pretty much said a lot.
The thing about it is, my thing is, if you're gonna say something, just be accountable up to it, and just be prepared when somebody gonna check you. Like you mentioned before, don't sit here and try to cry wolf now. Come on. He said it was in 20. Oh, he's talking about the Thunderdome era.
Yeah, the Alexa Bliss drama. Okay, I knew it was around that time frame, because I haven't really been, like, I saw him. It's like I think I've seen him trend twice, and that was the Alexa Bliss drama and the Jade Cargill drama. So he got what he wants. He got the traction, and hey, man, like, because and then kudos to him. If that's his line of work, congratulations. Because with me, I think I saw the last time I saw him was in 2019. He had a full black beard or brown beard, whatever. When I saw him recently, I'm like, this dude had a full ass gray beard. And I'm like, bro, you are stressed. You are stressed.
Gotta
Like,
be.
bro, I'm gonna need you to go sit back, relax, and go find your inner Uzi. Like, you too stressed, my dog. That's all I'm saying. Like, no, bro. If I ever get to the point where I start getting gray, like in my beard, it might be time for me to find another line of work.
I might have to use that little thing. Find your inner Uzi.
Find your inner Uzi. That's what
it's a t-shirt idea for me.
Find your inner Uzi. If WWE doesn't beat you to it, if WWE doesn't beat you to it.
Yeah, if they don't beat me to it, then I could,
Yeah, if they beat you to it, then
if they beat me to it, I'm gonna be mad because I'm like, dang. Is that where you can sit down and negotiate?
Find your inner man stressed over trending negativity. Hey man, that's literally what it is. It's negativity. It is not worth it, bro. Like I'm pretty sure he's not going to see this, and if he does, whatever. But for people who are listening to me, listening to the sound of my voice, if negativity gets to the point where you start graying yourself and you just literally losing sleep and you're drinking yourself into sleep, maybe it's time for you to get a new line of work, because it's not worth it, and especially over a scripted sport. But know how to separate the two. Like, that's the thing about this show. We know how to separate the two. Like, yeah, we know it's a scripted sport. We know professional wrestling is predetermined, but it's like we know that behind every character that you see, behind every John Cena, you got John Cena the person. Behind every Roman Reigns, you got Joe Anoa'i. Behind every Jey Uso, you got Joshua Fatu. We know how to separate. And then behind every Sami Zayn, you got Rami. So it's like we know how to separate the two. We know what's entertainment and what's not. And it's like if you get to the point where you start like targeting stuff and going out of pocket, enough. And as far as the wrestlers are concerned, worry less about what they're saying. Sometimes some tweets ain't really worth the interaction. Like when he said, "Oh my God, fucking no," they could have said, "Well, he's a mark. Let's go prove him wrong." But they gave him what he wanted. It's a double-edged sword when it comes to social media. So honestly, going forward, it's like hopefully he enjoys the clout. It'll play off eventually. He said he needs to be like Smokey and stimulate his mind. Exactly. Be like me. Smoke. I don't drink. Smoke. It stimulates your mind, man. It's Thursday. Gonna get you high. Come on now. Stimulate your mind, Craig. Damn. Out here getting mad over nothing.
God,
nothing. But yo, let's what you about to say?
No, I say it's one thing for like when some people, when they get these grades and they start coming in, it's one thing to age gracefully versus stressing out.
That's
stressing out.
Like,
you stressing out.
But moral of it is like you can say whatever the fuck you want. Just don't be foolish to the consequence, because you're going to get clapped back on. I say a lot of shit on Twitter, and I'll be expecting people to clap back on. Some people laugh at it, and some people probably say some shit out of pocket. Like say, "Oh, you're pretending to be related to Jonathan Gresham." Listen, I don't know that man. Man. My mama don't know that man. My sister don't know that man. We just so happen to have the same last name. That's it. I discovered Jonathan Gresham in 2018 during the ACH NXT situation with the t-shirt. And I'm like, he has my last name. Cool. I'm going to move on to something else in my life because I got to figure my shit out. I didn't go out here and be like, yo, that's my cousin. I don't know that motherfucker. I don't know that man. I wish him well. I wish all my brothers and sisters in this industry well. Like, being a black man and black woman in America is already hard. We don't need to be against each other. So I'm like, yo, I don't know you, but hey, we share the same last name. Yo, do your thing. But nah, I don't know that man. So y'all can move on from that. Speaking of moving on, Bow Bow Wow was apparently in talks of being with AEW. Nah, he's not. But
What?
Swerve Strickland appeared on one of the AEW YouTube shows, and I think he called out Bow Wow, and he was like, "Yo, I want to work with Bow Wow," and Bow Wow was like, "Yo, at Tony Khan, cut the check, and I'll pop up." And I'm like, "Huh, that'd be interesting." What happened to Bow Wow going to WWE? Didn't he call somebody out? Who did he call out?
I forgot. Hold on. Let me see.
We're live chatting.
It's been a minute.
How oozy are you feeling? I'm feeling very oozy.
Right?
I'm feeling very oozy.
My oozy energy is through the roof right now.
I'm feeling very oozy. Very, very oozy. Very, 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 very oozy. But yeah, Bow Wow and WWE, did he call somebody out? Like, I don't remember. Like, I'm trying to remember that he
Bow Wow first announced his plans to become a professional WWE wrestler last February, shortly after dropping his final album Before 30. He's continued to speak on this dream and once shared his hopes of raising the tag team championship belts alongside Rey Mysterio Jr. Was it Dominic?
He was going to train with Rikishi.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to get trained by Rikishi or some shit. So
yeah,
I think that's what and it never happened because I'm guessing he was just talking. But apparently he wanted to do the same thing with AEW. It's like, bro, whatever, bro. Whatever. And speaking of whatever, when it comes to Bow Wow, apparently he shot his shot because he swung and a miss when he tried to ask Jade Cargill out on a date. He legitimately
he was instantly rejected. Oh my gosh.
He was instantly rejected. I got the article right here. Shout out to XXL magazine for this article. I'm gonna read it to you right now. They said Bow Wow tried to ask out AEW wrestler Jade Cargill on a date this week, but was immediately rejected. On Monday, October 31st, so it was already spooky season on Halloween. Bow Wow hit up Twitter with a series of tweets expressing his interest in being the next rapper to get involved with professional wrestling, specifically with All Elite Wrestling. During his lengthy pitch to step inside the squared circle, Bow Wow took the time out to shoot a shot at wrestler Jade Cargill, asking her out on a date. However, the current TBS Women's Champion wasn't here for it. He said this, "After my first win, I just want to take you out somewhere at Jade Cargill." Within less than an hour, Jade Cargill shuts down Bow Wow's romantic advances swiftly and firmly, taking a jab at the Ohio-bred artist by implying that his bank account isn't up for her standards. She said this simply, "You can't afford me, Bow, but thanks, but no thanks."
Damn.
Damn.
Messed them up.
Damn.
Messed them up.
Rest in peace, Bow Wow. Love life. It was a swing and a miss.
Dang.
From there, Cargill responded to Bow Wow again with a tweet regarding reading, "I'm just kidding," at Shad Moss. It was just a jokey joke. But after Shad's next response, Jay jumped right back into her wrestling persona. He said this, "I definitely knew you was kidding when you brought up money." And she said, I guess she went back into character. "I wasn't at all. I know you are new to the wrestling world, but maybe you should use Google more often. We rich, baby, in real life." And then he said, "Oh, you a 90s baby, Jay. I've been getting money before you could put your first sentence together. You fine and all, but don't crash out. Love you, baby."
Dang, yo. Yo, what's going on?
She said, my man makes your bank account look like little Bow Wow baby money. I'm like, oh shit. "Don't come for me. We have play dates with your money." I'm like, oh, all right.
Dang.
It's all love though. I brought your tape when I was like 7, like everyone did. Oh damn. He said, "OMG, Jay, you used to bump my shit. Oh, you got me over here blushing and shit." Like he just started going with it. She said, "Everybody did, Bow Wow. I can't get out of character too much. Chill." So she basically was going in and out of character with it. And he said, "You got me out here out of mind when I shot my shot. I don't do that. But I'm gonna respect the curve. I know you locked down, so hurts my heart." And I guess it stopped after that. But that shit was hilarious.
That's funny.
he got shot down. Like, let's be real, Jade Cargill is fine. I'm like, we all. I think everybody under the sun knows that she's fine as hell. But we know. I'm like, we can respect. We can respect, man. Come on now. But this is the first time Jade in recent months that brushed up with hip hop. Back in September, Jade and her AEW section, the Baddies, were involved in an on-camera storyline that saw Trina turn on wrestler Diamante with a slap that has since gone viral. So yeah, it seemed like AEW has been just tipping into the hip hop industry and all that good stuff. And we'll talk about it some more because the boss Rick Ross made an appearance on AEW as well. With Swerve, so it was a lot of fun on Twitter. So it was a lot of stuff going on. I missed
this. I really missed this episode. Then how can I forget Ricky Rose?
And when I saw Rick Ross on there, I let out the biggest. I don't know why. I was like, as soon as I saw that man, I was like,
it make you want to do that though. Like, as soon as you look at him, you like, it just comes out. Oh man. Oh, God. That's how it came from your soul right there. Whoa. That was very deep. Man. People be like, nah, don't put that on my tape. That sounds very, very creepy. That sounds scary.
Makes me think about Lil Uzi teaming with Darby Allin. That shit did happen.
Dang.
Remember when there was a rapper that had beef? Oh, you talking about Soulja Boy? Man.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was random as hell. Soulja Boy, I feel like he was too drunk off the lean because that man literally was just picking fights with everybody. He's like, oh, you wrestling in a thong. I'm like, oh shit.
I do remember when Kevin Gates came on AEW too. At one point, he showed up. I guess he was watching the matches or something like that. But he was sitting in the crowd because I watched that too. I was like, Kevin, what is General Gates doing here?
So much going on, but yeah, that article was courtesy of xlmag.com. So shout out to them and all that good stuff. Let's see what else. Let's look at the Noki notes. Oh, so now we're gonna tap into this week in wrestling. Did you catch SmackDown last week?
Yes.
We feeling Uzi?
Yes.
We're feeling Uzi.
Yes. I'm feeling Uzi. I know Jay is not, but I am.
Jay is not feeling Uzi.
Jay is not feeling Uzi.
He is so disgusted. He is so disgusted and appalled. He is.
But in a way, I can't blame him because I mean, like the man said, like Sammy's not family. So it's like I do understand where Jay is coming from too. Like Jay's very, very protective. Like very overprotective, if you will. Yeah. So I don't blame him.
Yeah, cause
I don't.
That man is like Sammy Uso.
That man don't trust nobody.
Roman Reigns, only like shout out to Sami Zayn. Only Sami Zayn can literally get everybody in that ring to break character. That man, you have to see it. You have to see it to believe it because Roman was not. He went from serious to just could not hold it in.
Like right.
He could not hold it in. He was like
in a matter of seconds. I was like, dang.
He was like, so
deal with him. Like he already cracking jokes. Like, man.
But the story was basically Roman basically after the Usos, not the Usos, basically the Usos. So Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa lost to the Brawling Brutes. Which basically set up a tag team title match for Crown Jewel. We'll talk about that during our speed round preview and predictions. They lost, so Roman literally came out, and the look on their faces when Roman's music played, it was like, "Oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah,
we fucked up." And Roman basically said, "He's like, yo, we got to kill. Y'all got to kill whatever the elephant in the room. Y'all got to kill it." And Sam was like, "I want peace. I want peace." And then Jay literally said, "I don't give a damn what the tribal chiefs say." I'm like. When I tell you everybody on Twitter was like, oh fuck. And then I was literally sitting there chilling. I was like,
I was like, dang, bro.
Nah, ain't no dang, bro. I was like, oh, you about to die.
You about to you know you can get another fight again. Like it don't make him no never die.
No. He about to die. I was like, he about to die.
About to get knocked out.
and that man was literally about to die. He was like, oh shit.
And he looked it straight ahead too. Like he didn't even look at Roman for a second.
He like, I ain't mean it.
He's like, I ain't even mean say it like that because
see what had happened was
I'm a little upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with a lot.
50,000 on my head. That's disrespect. Like I'm
going through emotional stuff right now.
and then Sam, he hasn't been feeling very oozy. That's all.
Man, that's just funny.
He hasn't been feeling himself. He hasn't been feeling very oozy. And Roman, Jay, I'm pretty sure Solo broke, but they had the camera off him. Jimmy was like, "Oh my god."
Hey, where you get that from? Where you come up with this?
He was like, "Oh my god."
Where you come up with this stuff? Oh.
But then Sammy did an interview where he was like, he does this to pop the boys. He literally does it. So shout out behind the scenes, Sammy saying he's hilarious. Like when the bloodline eventually turns on him, that will be heartbreaking because he's been killing it in this role.
Yeah, he has.
But when
when
it does happen, you know it's gonna be heartbreaking. Like Jay needs to feel oozy, and we are good. That's all I'm saying. He just need to feel a little bit more oozy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Just feeling a little oozy.
Find his inner oozy, and he'll be good.
He'll be good. SmackDown didn't really have much besides that. Oh, like before I forget, I guess your boy started trending on Twitter because I shared a video of Sami Zayn mentioning Waffle House. I was at work in the middle of a show and people adding me on to, hey bro, you trending. I'm like, huh? Because Sami Zayn, I guess because Sami Zayn quote tweeted my tweet. I was like, Sami Zayn mentioned that mentioned Waffle House and Jey Uso instantly forgot he hated that man. So and I'm like, oh shit. And they were like, hey, you got acknowledged by the honorary rules. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to throw it out. Yeah.
Like, yes.
Oh man, did y'all see the school? Yeah, that's literally what we just talked about. Mm-hmm. Beat me to it. Yep. That's what we talk about. Like, you throw it out. Yeah.
Yes.
That shit was hilarious. Like, I know because the reason why I have to tell Suela because she doesn't do Twitter like that. She's literally, that's the last thing she does. She's private on Twitter for a reason because she's literally not in the world like that. So I had to tell her literally, I had to catch her up with everything.
Because I don't like weirdos.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I can relate. Yeah, there's some weird motherfuckers out there. Like,
man, I be having to block. The unfollow. Don't follow me. Remove follower. Like, I'm like, where are y'all coming? Why y'all following me?
So Waffle House is the key to Uso's heart. Waffle House is the key to everybody's heart. Waffle House is the key to mine. Because I ain't gonna lie, they Patty Melt be having your boys' toes curl with a little slight moan. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that should be good. Woo! That should be busting. I be like, forget sex. Just give me Waffle House. Like, hey, buddy. Whoo.
I'm saying, give me some food.
If you want,
I would take Waffle House proudly.
You want me to feel moist? Give me some patty melt with a hash brown. Like, god damn.
Oh, that's
give
all
me that Waffle House.
for.
Oof. Well, you got to have me out here doing leg pickup. About to kick my leg up and shit. Like,
Nah, you know that made me think of, that one scene from Princess Diaries, like when she always had that fancy that when she kissed the guy, her feet in the mirror go
like, that's what I'm gonna do if I give me a good patty melt, man.
Some food. Over with.
My whole leg would kick up like, woof, woof. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You give me that. You give me Caribbean food. Like at that point, you on to something. I'm watching you.
Waffle House. The moral of the story: Waffle House is the key to everyone's heart. Buddy. They hash browns. With they scrambled eggs on the side, boy. Get you some orange juice, boy. Whew. When you got that THC well into your system, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Want me to go for praise and worship?
And I think I blame The Rock because when he like I like the fact like pancakes is like his weakness. Now that's starting to turn into mine. Cause like I really didn't like pancakes like that. I loved pancakes when I was a kid, but I didn't really just dive into it enough. I just wanted to eat it just to get it out the way because I'm hungry. But then like down, I'm like, you know what? I really do like pancakes, like for real. I like pancakes and I like waffles. Like I can take either or. And now it's like I'm addicted to that now. It's like if I ever go to a breakfast place and they ain't got no pancakes on the waffles, we in trouble. Like I will look at you like you crazy. I don't mind you give me the biscuit and everything else. That's cool, but you ain't got no pancakes. Or you ain't got no waffles. What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Can we leave?
What is the meaning of this? What is this? What is the meaning of this? What are you doing? What is this? What is this? What are you? What have you done?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What have you done? Come on now.
I go to you take me to an establishment if you want to and they ain't got no pancakes. I'm gonna be looking at you like, okay, so you a little suspect. All right. Let this be a lesson to me.
Let this be a lesson to
all.
all.
I won't go nowhere with you no more. You got every other item except what we really familiar with. I'm like, okay.
And speaking of being familiar with, who do you think is Uncle Howdy?
Uncle Howdy.
You know, Bray Wyatt is back, so he's doing
Pastor Bray. Okay.
Pastor Bray Wyatt
Pastor Wyatt.
Pastor Wyatt is back, but he's building a story with Uncle Howdy because we had a interruption from his promo to close SmackDown again this week, and it was from this guy.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Uncle Howdy with that.
Man.
That's a little motherfucker.
Little messed up. Like we're going through it. Need more than that. Need some fillers, some injection for them fry lines. Just
need some eye drops.
Black soap for bags. Just
And he's crying too, so
he crying. Oh my gosh.
He needs some sleep.
Needs sleep and surgery.
Maybe he constipated.
Something. I don't know though. Like honestly, I don't even know who this is. I'm having a feeling it is somebody who has dealt with Bray in the past.
You think it's Bo Dallas?
Maybe.
Or do you think it's like his family, like his dad? Because I believe his dad's still alive. It could be his dad.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like his dad is like because people, I think whoever this is understands that he is going through an identity, a personality disorder. That's pretty much, I believe that's the gimmick that they're going with. I could be wrong. Someone can correct me, but that's what I feel like they're going through with Bray. So I don't know. It's interesting.
It's in the air, so it's not like it's not possible.
Yeah. So,
but that was my first thought is basically this is somebody that knows him because you know.
Yeah, so
just to interrupt him like that alone, it's like, yeah, this is somebody who done dealt with this man. That was
an interesting way to close the show too. So it's like you don't know, I don't know. That's the beauty behind this. Like I know I've seen a lot of people on Twitter. They were like, "There's only one more promo from Bray that I can take before I tap out." But I'm like, that's the intriguing part of Bray. Like, and this is my honest opinion. I feel like Bray, they do need to get to that point where it's going to get to him wrestling because. Even though he's a great storyteller, like don't get me wrong, he had his creative mind is literally but it's going to get to that point where he needs to wrestle. So we're going to need to see this man wrestle. And who is his opponent? Who is he? Is he going to feud with himself? Is he going to feud with Uncle Howdy and his minions? Where's the story going? That's the beauty behind it. I'm intrigued. So we're going to tune into SmackDown, and I believe he's going to be at Crown Jewel as well. I probably won't watch it. We'll talk about it when we get to the speed round, but it's interesting. This story with Bray Wyatt has my attention thus far. So hopefully it gets to that point where we're going to finally get a conclusion. But the last little bit we're going to talk about, last two bits we're going to talk about for as far as SmackDown. Emma returned to WWE. Do you remember Emma at all?
A little bit.
She was in the original NXT Black and Gold. I think it was her feud with Paige, now Saraya in AEW. She returned after being away from, I think she got released in 2018, I believe. 2019. She went on one-on-one with Ronda Rousey, and is it just me, or has Ronda Rousey's quality went backwards?
No, it's not just you.
Okay, I'm about to say, because
especially what I've been seeing lately, I'm just like, girl.
It's like, where are we going with this? Like, you can tell she's not motivated. Man. You can tell she's not motivated. She's just there to get a check. You can literally, and it's not even, it's like you can just tell by her demeanor, her mannerisms, and I'm like, why'd you come back if you don't care?
All right.
Like,
she just looks like she's just over it.
You're Ronda Rousey. You don't have to worry about a check. Like,
all right.
You already built your name. You're a UFC Hall of Famer. Like, you don't really need the WWE.
And you're a pioneer for UFC at that. Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, why are you here if you're not? But yeah, it just, I thought it was just me when I saw this. I was like, she is horrible. So horrible. They got to team her up with Shayna Baszler, because I believe they're teaming them up now. So they're going to probably be a tag team. And yeah, there's that. But that's just my thoughts on Ronda, because I'm like, it just feels like she just, they said, I'll take Ronda over Charlotte. I get it, but I'm gonna need her to get motivated, because it's like you're coming off like you don't care. And if you don't care, why should I care? Like, if you're on my screen and you don't care, I'm just gonna look at my phone and find some other shit to do. Like, that's just my only critique. I'm like, care. Like, when you're in her transitions in ring is not really smooth. It's like you're coming off, your promos are coming off like you don't care. So it's like, me as a viewer, why should I give a shit if you don't give a shit?
Yeah,
it's a two-way street. You give and you get.
Yeah, I'm just really hoping she finds.
Just find that. Hopefully, her with Shayna.
Find that spunk.
Hopefully, her with Shayna gives her that oomph that she needs, so that she can actually give a shit. And hopefully, there's that. And also on SmackDown, Karrion Kross continues to be boring.
Yeah, I fast forward through. I did. I was like, okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. All I could tweet, I was like, and I actually put this in my Discord. I said, maybe Vince probably had an idea of releasing him, because he's just not it. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I want to give you a chance, my dog. You're not escaping the angry car salesman allegations from me, because with that hair. So that's number one. And I'm like, every time I see him, I'm like, I'm trying. So hopefully this match with Drew McIntyre ends the feud and let him do something of substance that catches my attention, because I'm just, and he was struggling to lose against Madcap Moss, which is cool, because they're trying to give they're not going to bury Madcap Moss, because he's still, I don't even know why they're still calling him Madcap, but he's not going to do it. But he was struggling to beat him. And I'm like, You're starting to get boring again. Come on, give him something. you're getting to that point where I'm like, ugh. And then last thing we're gonna talk about a little bit, Legado del Fantasma. They lost their first match on TV to Hit Row.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
Shout out Hero, love them, but that was a choice to have them lose to Hit Row and Shinsuke Nakamura. I was like, that was a choice. And I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, I get it because Shinsuke Nakamura is his overall is a little bit higher than Toro. So it's like, and they didn't pin Santos Escobar. And speaking of Santos Escobar, when I saw Shinsuke come out, I was like, Santos Escobar versus Shinsuke Nakamura 1-on-1. I need that expeditiously.
I would like to see that.
I need that. Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley,
make that happen. Please.
Make that happen. I need Santos versus Shinsuke. I don't even care if it's for a title. Just let it happen. Let it be a substantial feud. Give them some meat to bite into. They give us entertaining television, so we can get that going. But yeah, I think that's all the notes I got. The key points. Hopefully they do something with Legado and let them bounce back. And this isn't just something to do. Like, hopefully they give Hit Row some substantial, because I see people's tweets. They're not really a fan of Hit Row without Swerve. And I'm like, I'm a fan of their music and their presentation, but I feel like they need some meat as well to sink their teeth into to get that good, if you will, television off so that they can entertain us. That's all I'm saying, because I'm not a fan of a lot of stuff that they've been doing, but because I feel like they've just been coasting along. It doesn't feel like they have a plot A, plot B. It feels like they're just doing a lot of side missions. So hopefully they give Hit Row some meat to sink their teeth into, as well as Legado del Fantasma, as well as Shinsuke Nakamura and Triple H. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Santos Escobar. Make it happen. And speaking of Shinsuke, I believe he broke the internet a little bit earlier this week before Raw, because it was just announced that it will be this match: Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Great Muta. That is literally
New Year's.
It's going to happen.
Wow.
It's going to happen. It's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Great Muta at, is it Abima? I believe that's how you pronounce it. Abima presents Noah's the New Year 2023. It's a singles match. So I'm assuming that this is official because they probably want the Great Muta for the Hall of Fame in 2023. So, okay. And I'm not finna get on here. And when I saw that, I was like, I thought it was fan made at first when I first saw it, but Shinsuke Nakamura actually tweeted it. So I'm like, oh, so it is going to happen. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've not seen one show of Noah, and I'm pretty sure you haven't either. But I want to see that, because hopefully this is the start of a big 2023 for Shinsuke that he was supposed to get in 2018 when he first got called up, and just strap the rocket to this man. I don't even care if it's an Intercontinental title reign or if it's eventually a world title reign when they hopefully split the titles. I'm ready for it. I want to see this man succeed in the WWE, because he's not getting no younger. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not getting no younger in the game, in the industry. So Triple H, go full throttle. Happen. All right, let's get Raw. Let's get Raw. Talk about Monday Night Raw. You said you didn't catch that, or did you?
I caught a little bit of it. I didn't catch everything, but I caught some stuff.
Did you catch Nikki Cross versus Bianca Belair? Did you?
Yeah, I did. Well, I'm sorry, I take that back. I caught when Alexa Bliss and Asuka won the belts.
Okay, so the main event. But before that, it was Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross 1-on-1.
Yeah, I blacked out.
And Nikki Cross lost. It was the insane Nikki Cross. And I simply tweeted out, Nikki Cross losing was the choice. Her first match back is a choice, and I proceeded to tweet under it, like, before she had this repackage, if you will, or return to her.
Was it a good match?
It was a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was interference, obviously, because they were setting up for the main event. But it was like, Nikki lost her first match back. Really? And the reason why I say really is because she was already a loser before she got back. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, they're gonna, and I understand. I don't want the champion to lose either. It's like people are like, oh, you expected the champion to lose on. I'm like, I didn't say I hated that match. I just said her losing was a choice. People like to create self-conclusions when they get on Twitter. I gotta remind myself that their comprehension is whooping their ass. So but I'm not saying I hated the match. I'm just saying this is how I would have did it. Like this is just me being a wheelchair booker for the time being, but I would have had Nikki explaining why she attacked everybody last week. And then have Bianca beat somebody else to set up the main event and have Nikki probably interfere or attempt to interfere to kind of keep her protected a little bit, because she was already a loser before and now she's a loser again. She lost. That's what I'm getting at. That's my only thing. It wasn't like I didn't lose sleep over it. I didn't like, oh, she should have won. I was like, that was a choice. And I moved right on to the rest of the show. I was like, that was all right. There's that. And then we saw your boy Roman. He did the final hype up for his match against Logan Paul. And then the dick eating from the Miz was imminent when he came out. That man was his cock munching was on overdrive.
Oh my gosh.
His cock munching was on overdrive. Like that dude was just slobbering it down. He was just like, I acknowledge you, my brother dick eating crazy. I'm like,
dude, why are you even out here? Like, this ain't even about you.
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
What you doing? Where you come from?
The digging crazy.
Random.
The digging crazy. God damn. And obviously Roman, I think he got bipolar. He bipolar because he went from happy and laughing to just punching. He's like, why is everybody talking about Logan Paul knocking me out? And then he just knocked that man right out, clean out. He just man, Roman, his dramatic ass, like, bro, the dude could just punch him. The dude could have just punched him straight up, and he had to flex with it. Did the whole Superman punch. Like, bro, if you don't just punch him, so dramatic ass. Damn. Like, bro, just punch.
Like, punch no, I gotta show some effort.
He got a flick of the wrist. He got a flick of the wrist.
I gotta show good effort.
Raw was, I felt like Raw was one of the weaker Raws that I felt like. And then obviously in the main event we have new women's tag team champions, like you mentioned. Asuka and Alexa Bliss defeated Damage Control. And when this happened, all I could think was, oh, y'all won? And then obviously Bayley and Bianca brawled to build to their last woman standing match at Crown Jewel. But part of me is, all I could say was after this was, if Bayley doesn't win the title on Saturday, what the fuck are they doing with this group? Like, should I care? And that was the genuine question I had. I'm like, should I care? Because it's reaching that point. It is reaching that point. And you say you missed, but that's all I got for Raw. Raw was pretty much, it was Did you say you missed NXT, correct?
Yeah.
Before we get on with NXT, shout out to R-Truth, sending him well wishes because he was injured during the match that he had with look at him and Wesley. Him and Grayson Waller, I believe. He did he did a tope, or he attempted to do a tope right here. He attempted to do a tope against Waller, and his legs and his hand got caught in the rope, and he literally landed awkwardly on the floor. So we are wishing R-Truth well. Hopefully he isn't too serious, because every time I see R-Truth, I get a smile on my face, because that dude is entertaining as hell. It is, hopefully isn't a too serious injury.
Yeah.
Any other highlights? Braun Breaker and Wesley's challengers were revealed as well. They will be oh my god. It'll be Carmelo Hayes and Wesley for the North American title again. And I believe in the other match that is going to be Von Wagner
Okay.
versus Braun Breaker. And all I could say was, why? Because I ain't trying to see Braun Breaker versus. I mean, and because the only thing I said when I saw this was, I was like, so Sean, Carmelo versus LeBron Breaker was right there. What are you doing? What are you smoking? What are you smoking, dog?
Man.
But obviously, I mean, and then I believe someone had hit me up. They say they probably saving it for WrestleMania weekend. So hopefully that's the point. That's the goal. And this is just a knockout, so we can get to that, because I'm trying to tell y'all that's the money match. Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker. What they're gonna cook is gonna be delicious. You're gonna want to eat it. You're gonna want to eat what they cook. That's all I'm gonna say. And then obviously we celebrated 1 year of. Can someone take that? Can someone take that damn title off Braun, please? Hopefully it's Carmelo. If it ain't Carmelo, I don't know what to tell you. Our last hope for Braun Breaker to lose the title is Carmelo Hayes. So, Sean, get to it. And then obviously we celebrated 1 year of Toxic. Mandy Rose celebrated 1 full year as NXT Women's Champion. Let me ask you. Do you remember anything from this 1 year reign?
Not really. I like that outfit though, but no.
Listen, respect to Mandy Rose for.
I give her all her respect though, for real.
I give her props. Give her her respect. Hopefully they give her some stuff to work with when she eventually gets back to the main roster. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, she has improved in my book. She in ring wise, she's taking it serious and all the good stuff. So hopefully when she goes back to the main roster, hopefully Raw, because we're going to keep her away from Ronda Rousey as much as possible until Ronda Rousey finds her spunk. Going to keep her away from Ronda Rousey as much as possible, and hopefully they keep her as a contender for the top title and not put her down in the middle again, because her and Toxic Attraction have worked their asses off, even though they haven't worked on their dancing skills because they have been off beat for over a year. But that's neither here nor there. Nevertheless, shout out Mandy Rose on 1 year. Besides the Toxic Attraction being attractive, I haven't remembered anything. That's what I'm saying. It's not really memorable. Like, you remember her winning the title at Halloween Havoc from Raquel, then Rodriguez, now is Gonzalez. Oh, well, then Gonzalez, now Rodriguez. But you don't really remember anything. So hopefully, yeah. But yeah, anybody who has to say you gotta put some respect on my name, are you trying to convince me or you? I don't know. And then I guess before we move on to the retro review, you said you didn't really bother with Dynamite.
Nah, I didn't bother Dynamite.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It wasn't that good of a show. It was meh outside of a few moments. Shout out House of Black. They're gonna be coming back. They saw some brilliantly edited vignettes that they aired. It was brilliant. Like, as a cinematographer, editor myself, I couldn't help but blush, because I was like,
this even looks kind of cool. Just because I done seen this little particular picture, I'm just like, oh, okay, I kind of want to see the video.
Right. Me too. But before we move on to that, we got to start off. We talk about the return or the debut of Jeff Jarrett. He made his AEW debut, attacking Darby Allin. After it was a solid match between him and Jay Lethal. I personally didn't care for it as much. It was a little moment where Darby tried to hit a tope suicida on the big man, and he literally bounced off. That's what I edited. If you on Twitter, I edited it, and I was laughing at that for like 30 minutes. So there's that. And then Jeff Jarrett basically cut a promo basically saying he basically sided with Jay Lethal, and all they said the reveal. They had a reveal during it where it was some guy in a Sting mask, and when I tell you when they did that, it was like it was a big old, who the fuck is that? That's literally how it was, and I feel bad for him. I don't even remember his name, but I think it was Colt something. But I feel bad for him because it was like, yo, y'all got to stop with these reveals if it ain't gonna be nobody that's gonna get a pop because you're gonna take the heat where it's gonna be like, who the fuck is that?
All right.
But I pop for Slap Nuts because he's in AEW. I believe he's a director of live events, according to Tony Khan. So he's going to be working behind the scenes as well. Basically, whatever he did in WWE before he was released, he's doing in AEW now. So that'll be interesting. If you were into that type of stuff, behind the scenes stuff, I'm pretty much not really. But it's a Cole Carter. That's who it is. Cole Carter. Appreciate you, Shaded. Cole Carter. That's who it was. That's the name. Cole Carter. I was like, who the fuck is that? That's all I can say. I was like, no, well, goddamn. All right. And also the Acclaimed, they celebrated Billy Gunn's birthday. He's still injured from Swerve breaking his fingers. So there's that. William Daddy Ass Gunn. That's his name now. William Daddy Ass Gunn. So this segment went on a little bit too long for my taste, but I'm pretty much highlighting all the highlights and not the lows of this show. So bear with me. But yeah, the Acclaim continues to be one of my favorite tag teams in AEW right now. And that's saying something because at first I hated them. But I'm like, damn, y'all growing.
Dang, I hated it.
I hated them at first, but I'm like, y'all are growing on me.
Yeah, it's weird. They starting to do that. They starting to do me like that too. Cause I just be like, you know what, y'all are funny.
Exactly. I'm
But
like,
at first, I couldn't stand them. I used to be like, oh god, they so annoying. But now it's like, you know what? Now I just really watch y'all for laughs now, just to get a little comedy.
Did you see? And then speaking of what you call it, Rick Ross, I believe he he said he was hilarious in that because he had a backstage session with Swerve and Keith Lee.
I wish I saw this episode.
He had it was hilarious. So y'all check this out. Check this out right quick. Check this out.
Yes, and just to show that I'm an admirable person, just like the person you tagged with all this year.
Brotherhood.
We're gonna have next week
Brotherhood.
a little 8-man tag. How about us in the Gun Club versus the Acclaimed
8-man tag.
and FTR. How about that?
Okay.
Toast to that.
Let's toast, baby. Let's toast.
Let's toast.
We brothers.
He is so.
We number one in
He's
the
so
world. I
hype.
got something for you too. Come on.
Toast.
That's what I'm talking about. We
Toast.
brothers.
Come on. Come on.
Toast,
King.
baby. Toast. Number one in the world.
I can't. He is so happy. He like
Basically,
yes.
this all stemmed from Keith Lee asking Swerve why he attacked Billy Gunn, and Rick Ross like accusations, false accusations.
Oh man.
Forget Bow Wow. Sign Rick Ross. I don't care what he do.
Right.
I don't care what you do with him. Put him on TV. Don't give me an explanation. Just do it. That's all I'm saying. Because that shit was hilarious for no reason. None.
I like it already.
I could not stop laughing. I truly could not. But outside of that, and then as we talked about earlier with Jade Cargill versus Marina Shafir, the match sucked. I'm just gonna tell you, like, it was.
Dang.
Besides Nyla Rose coming out for live commentary, I'm like, the crowd didn't care, and I'm like, Jesus, what is this? But old dude, they didn't say they didn't snap on you because of your tweets. They snapped on you from your history. Calm down. But this match, it wasn't it. This right here, this picture says a lot. She was defeated. She didn't really. It's like you can tell she wasn't selling. You can tell, you just look in her face. She just like, I'm over this shit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing here? And last two notes for AEW before we move on to our speed round preview and predictions. ROH needs to go. It needs to go away. I do not care for it. I say this every week, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm done with it.
Yeah, they might as well really take it off now, like, since it's really that bad.
It's
Might
dragging
as well.
it's dragging the shows down. It needs to go away. That's just how I feel. Speaking of going away, Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Blackpool Comeback Club needs to stop. It's still going. I'm bored. I'm about to fall asleep. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Y'all need to figure this shit out. Speaking of figuring this shit out, I could not figure this out for the longest. MJF, because side note, Colt Cabana is back, and Colt Cabana being back, yeah, CM Punk gone.
Hey, they didn't waste no time to say that.
Colt Cabana returns to answer Chris Jericho's open challenge for the Ring of Honor World Championship, and then someone put out MJF walks like General Grievous to his hentai collection, and I didn't understand that reference because I'm a new Star Wars fan. Like I literally just finished the movies last year during the pandemic, so I'm like, what is this? I haven't got to this was apparently a reference to the cartoon series. I ain't got to the series yet, so I didn't understand that reference.
Jeez.
But yeah, CM Punk gone. Colt Cabana back. Yeah, he that man gone. Oh yeah, this match was announced for Rampage. A lot of people popped on it. Shibata is challenging Orange Cassidy for the AEW All Atlantic Championship on AEW Rampage. A lot of people if you're not familiar with his work, search him out. I've seen his work, and I'm like, yeah, he's a killer. But I don't know if he's cleared to compete because I believe I checked out Solomon's podcast, and I believe he had said something about that he's not medically cleared because he nearly died. So I'm pretty sure he's probably good to go because Orange Cassidy isn't somebody who works stiff because he's a nonchalant wrestler. So I'm guessing this will work. But they gave me a reason to watch Rampage on Friday. I'll tell you that because I haven't been given a reason to watch Rampage at all. And then obviously after the ROH main event, which was for the TV title, it was a TV title match. I didn't really care for it. Powerhouse Hobbs stood tall over Wardlow. So I'm guessing this will be your TNT title match for, is it Full Gear, the pay-per-view that's coming up? So much is it's like this, like I said, this episode of AEW Dynamite was meh. It had its moments, but it was just like it was pretty much another I can catch up on this on YouTube type of show. That's basically how I feel about it. I think that is all I have for this week as far as what wrestling is concerned. So, with that being said, all right, before we move on to the retro review, we got some unpopular wrestling opinions submitted over on Discord. Discord is the Gresh Digital Discord where we ask you for your most unpopular wrestling opinion, and we read it out and give our opinion on it. So we only got one submission this week, so it should be a quick one. This person said, I have to get this off my chest. Pentagon Jr. is 2,000% less interesting and is a worse wrestler since he started tagging with his brother, that being Rey Fenix. I have to agree. If you are a fan of Lucha Underground, like I was back in the day, or like, because I still watch it from time to time over on Tubi, he hasn't really been that interesting. Like he hasn't stood out. He's just another member of Death Triangle. He's just another member of the Lucha Brothers. But if you look at his run in Lucha Underground, it's night and day. Same thing with him, his run in Impact. It's night and day. And it's not his fault. It's all about the booking, or it could be he's injured. I don't know. We don't know, but hopefully they do something with him. But yeah, I have to agree. That was literally, yeah, he hasn't really been that interesting as far as in rewatch. What are your thoughts on it from what you've seen of Pentagon? One of the Lucha Brothers for you.
Okay. I honestly I feel like they should just do like you mentioned, like with the night and day thing. I don't like it like that. That's just like saying it's hot and cold. Like I don't like that. I need them to really stick to one thing and just go full throttle with it. Like if they could, I guess maybe work on the booking some more and like give them some real actual challenges to the point where it's like, yeah, like now I really want to watch this, then I'm cool with it.
Yeah, so
But,
basically it goes back to booking.
but like with the night and day thing, I can't stand that.
Yeah,
That's hurt business.
it basically goes back to booking. Moral of the story is, if you're not booking me to be interested, I'm not gonna be interested. But yeah, I have to agree, he has not really been that interesting since teaming with his brother. But I believe that is the only submission we have. So if you guys want to submit your unpopular wrestling opinions, be sure to do so over at the Discord. I believe it's the Gresh Digital Discord. The link is in the description. You can join today. All right, before we move on to our retro review, we got the speed round preview and predictions for WWE Crown Jewel 2022 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I believe it's been speculated that it may not go because there's been an imminent threat made towards the kingdom. But apparently the report said WWE has security measures in place just in case something does happen. Another part of me is like, how about you just cancel the show? But knowing them, they're not going to.
Right.
So we just have to go with what we're going with. Speed round preview and predictions. Let's pull up the card right now. This match right here. It is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. The Usos defending against the Brawling Brutes. Give me your prediction, Suela.
This kind of hurts my heart because I'm being biased.
The Usos?
I'm being biased.
Oh, the Usos. All right. So we're both going with the Usos to retain. All right. Next up, we have 6-man tag team match. The Judgment Day versus the OC, AJ Styles and the Good Brothers.
I got the OC.
You think their insurance policy that's supposed to balance off Rhea Ripley gonna cause them to win?
I mean, it might.
I might have to just throw a ringer on this one and just go with the Judgment Day. Just because let's be real, they haven't won anything.
Yeah, you're right.
As a group, they haven't won anything.
Yeah, as a group, they ain't won Jack. You know what? Yeah, I'll go with Judgment Day. You're right. Like, I didn't really think about that. And I was like, yeah, they don't win. They ain't won nothing. As a team collectively, like, no, like they ain't won not one thing.
They ain't won shit. Speaking of shit, this match right here is Karen Cross versus Drew McIntyre inside of a steel cage. I'm gonna have to go with McIntyre because
McIntyre.
He needs his win. He hasn't. He did not win at Extreme Rules, so we both have to go with McIntyre on this one. Next up, we have for the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Bayley in a last woman standing match. After the booking on Raw, I have to go with Bayley. I'm sorry.
Wow. Whoa.
No, the reason why I say I have to go with Bayley is because if she loses another championship match, what is the point of damage control? I mean, if they just want to end the group, okay, cool. That was a waste of time. But it's like the reason why I'm picking Bayley on the principle of the future of damage control, she needs that win. So you're gonna go with Bianca.
Honestly, no. Like I'm actually kind of like this twist a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Bayley for this.
That's just me though. That's just me though. You don't have to go with me. I'm just saying that's just me. That's just how I feel. Like I don't want Bayley to win, but I just, for the purpose of the storyline, what they're trying to tell with damage control, she needs this win for me to consider her not a loser.
No, yeah, we'll go toe to toe on it. I'll go for Bianca on this one.
Okay, because that's the only reason why I'm like, if it was any other,
if she happen to get it though, if Bayley does happen to get it, I won't be against it. But it's like, you know.
Okay.
But you do got a point. Like with the damage control, you got a point.
She needs to win. I'm sorry. It's like they're not giving me any faith.
They're
like
just letting her like be a group leader, but they're not letting her get a belt. So it's like,
And then speaking of damage control, might as well talk about the rematch from Raw. It's a rematch, so it makes you question like, what was the fucking point?
Yeah, it does. And I won't be surprised if they get their belt back. I won't.
Man,
now I'm gonna go with Io Sky and Dakota Kai on this one, because I won't be surprised if they get it back.
If they do that, I'm be like, what was the fuck?
Yeah, like
we both gonna go with damage control to regain.
I won't be shocked if they get it back.
And then we have this match, the Battle of the Giants, Omos versus Braun Strowman. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't interested in this match like that. It's literally gonna be big meaty men smacking meat. That's about it.
They might make me fall asleep.
That's what I'm saying. I said it last week or the week before that. I said this has the potential of being the greatest match we've ever seen between two giants or the worst match we've ever seen. There's no in between. So the pressure is on. Don't put me to sleep. But I'm gonna have to go with Omos.
Okay.
Because he hasn't really. He hasn't. Okay. After you go with that Omos. And then I believe we have two more matches on this. Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
I want Bobby Lashley.
You got to go with Big Bob.
I gotta go with Bobby Lashley.
Based off his suit game alone, we both have to go with Bobby Lashley. But yeah, this is the second time encounter between the two. The last time was at the Royal Rumble and Bobby won. So we both pick Bobby, but either this goes 1-2 ways. Bobby Lashley wins and go 2-0, or Brock wins and they have to have a rubber match on down the line. There's 1 or 2 ways that they can go with this. So I'm interested in that one because this is one of the matches I want to see because the build has been executed perfectly in my book. And then obviously we have Bray Wyatt. He's going to appear to continue the storyline from SmackDown, as well as we're going to go down the rabbit hole once again with the White Rabbit. And hopefully this leads to something substantial for us to talk about. And then we have the main event. Roman Reigns defending the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship against YouTube sensation Logan Paul.
I'm going for Roman.
We both going with Roman. What the fuck? Roman Reigns to retain. And I believe that is our preview and predictions for WWE Crown Jewels. Keep in mind, I probably won't be able to review. We probably won't be able to review it because I have to work. I have a show on Saturday that goes until 8:00 that night. So I'll probably watch it like during the show, and I'll probably tweet my thoughts or whatever. But we probably won't be doing a review. We'll probably save it for next week for right here on the podcast to give our brief thoughts and all that good stuff. But make sure you guys keep it locked here on the Gresh and Suela podcast. And I believe that is all we have for this week in wrestling. A lot of stuff to talk about. We went over the allotted time, but hey, we had a lot of fun to talk about it. And now it is time to move on. All right, now it's time for the WWE Retro Review for Monday Night Raw, November 24th, 2003. It is RAW Roulette, and it is headlined by Triple H challenging Goldberg for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And the Peacock description basically said Eric Bischoff places his superstars at the mercy of chance when he reintroduces RAW Roulette. We had the opening intro. Y'all get the guns, the drugs for my generation, and the fucking, because I'm fucking, let's get it on. I don't know. They didn't say that part. That was me. I wrote that down. I don't know why.
And I'm just jamming to it like it's in the lyrics. Just all in it, like
yeah, we fucking let's go, we fucking
like what?
Every time I hear these old songs, it makes me wonder why they go with the most basic generic ass theme songs for intros now. Like
funny like that.
No, they lame like that. Defund Deaf Rebel. Defund Deaf Rebel.
Oh my goodness.
But this episode of Raw is live from Salt Lake City, Utah. Jim Ross and Jared King Lawler are on call for this show. We started off the show with the Raw Roulette wheel. I paused it just to see some of the stipulations, and I had to write them down. You had the Legend Killer match, Singapore Kane match, Salt Lake City Street Fight, Kiss My Ass match, and It's Lethal in
Just
Utah
a
match.
wheel of all kind of craziness. I was like,
that last one I said was random as hell. I'm like, huh? All right. Eric Bischoff is in the ring with two women dressed as showgirls for the customary Monday Night Raw opening promo. I wrote down Eazy-E said titillating. Eric Bischoff is the new owner of Maximum Male Models Confirmed. I don't know why I wrote that. He said, I know a lot of you guys are sitting around here asking your 3 or 4 wives, and that even confused King. And I'm like, all right. Eric Bischoff continued his promo and then announces a rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship between Triple H and Goldberg. I believe it's a rematch from Survivor Series. More on that in a little bit. Bischoff spins the wheel, and then Shawn Michaels interrupts, much to the disdain of the general manager. He got a nice little pop there. This was the first, I believe this was the second post Stone Cold Steve Austin as co-GM era after his team lost the Survivor Series to Eazy-E's team. Shawn Michaels went back and forth with Eric Bischoff until Batista came out to interrupt, and Shawn was like, come on, let's fight. Come on. And I wrote down, it came off as an Italian accent because Batista was responding to Shawn Michaels, and he said, I got something bigger than you in my bowel movement. And I'm like,
yeah, I was like, dang, bro.
Nah, when he said, I got something bigger than you in my bowel movement, all I could say was, sir?
Why?
That's a lot.
That's a grown man.
It's a lot.
Is your crack okay?
Right?
That's a big spread. Like, that's a grown ass man. Like, Shawn ain't no little dude right there. He kind of buff. Like, he ain't buff, but he kind of ripped. So I'm like,
you good?
You probably should have thought that one through a little there, buddy. Because you just say you shit out a grown ass man.
Okay.
Okay. They basically continued to tease a fight between the two. Bischoff did not want to fight. The fight to happen now, which makes sense. So he announces a match between the two at Armageddon, and then announces a Bischoff's Choice, which is a tag team match of Batista and Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho, which Shawn is not happy about because they've been rivals this entire year up to this point. And that was the opening segment. Nice little open there. We come back and Lita makes her entrance to a nice pop. Eric Bischoff interrupts from his office, and women's champion Molly Holly spins the wheel to determine the stipulation for Lita versus Victoria, which lands on a steel cage, which was the first match for the women at this point. That was like the first cage match ever. Victoria came out and, man, they dubbed over her original theme song, which was better than whatever this was. Have you heard her original theme song at this point? All the thing you said, running through my, like, you should look up Victoria, all the things she said. It was a nice little, it fit her gimmick at this point. She was twisted and crazy.
Okay.
Victoria and Lita were the right women to have in this match, in my opinion, especially Victoria, because they were actually workers. And they didn't really give them that much time. Lita hit the moonsault on Victoria and was crawling to leave the cage until Matt Hardy ran out and slammed the door in her face to cost his exit. Right.
Dang, Matt, like, I just don't care. Like, they did not care back in that era either. Like,
Lita was like, what you say fuck me for? What you say fuck me for? Like, damn.
I said, whoa, bro. Like,
but he cost her the match and Victoria won. Matt was about to attack her even further until Christian ran out and made the save. So that ended that little segment there. It was a nice steel cage match. I don't remember, like, I believe this was the first cage match they had until the women's evolution era. in WWE. I could be wrong. It could be another one, but I believe that's the only one. I could be corrected. Okay. Backstage, Randy Orton goes to speak with Eric Bischoff, and the ladies were rubbing all over this man. Like,
they literally were trying. I know what it is when Eric Bischoff decided to put that wheel in like that and made that whole plan. A lot of people were just going back there and was like, I hope he don't pick me. Like, please do not pick me to have to spin this wheel because I'm not trying to do that.
But Eric Bischoff announced a Legend Killers match for Randy Orton tonight, which Orton was pleased with. Eric went to flirt with the ladies until Hurricane and Rosie, rest in peace, jumped into the frame via sound effects. You heard that?
Yeah, I did hear that. I was like, oh, snap.
It'll be Hurricane versus Rosie in a, and I quote, capture the midget match.
Basically, the midget is named Fernando.
What's up with that?
His name's Fernando.
Vince McMahon was obsessed with little people at this point. Because what was the point of having a little midget?
And he literally was running too. Like, that tripped me out. Like, he was running around. They had that one, they got onto like that one interview, and the dude was just looking all up the girl's dress and everything I said.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. You a little head. You a little head. We'll talk about
crazy.
That. We'll talk about that. You a little head. They tried to refuse until Bischoff threatened to turn until loser gets fired. They said, all right, we're gonna chase the midget. And then we transition into what's next, and that is next up is Randy Orton competing in a Raw Roulette Legend Killer match, and the legend is none other than Sergeant Slaughter with that mustache. Because I don't know what that mustache was, but it was there. Randy tried to attack him from behind to start the match, but Stars got the clutch in, the Cobra clutch, and instantly to a rope break. And then my sister, I wrote this down. My sister wanted me to ask this: why does it always look like Randy Orton had a wedgie in those trunks? End quote. No comment. After Randy dominated Sergeant for a moment, he once again tried to lock in the clutch until Orton got to the ropes again. The referee was out of position, and Orton hit a back kick to Sergeant, which was quick. So basically, he hit him in the balls, and then RKO, and the match was over. So it was Sergeant Slaughter wasn't at that point. He was not in ring shape. So this match was fine for what it was. After the match, Orton continued his attack on Sergeant Slaughter until RVD made the save. That wheelbarrow kick looked brutal as hell. I don't know what it is about RVD and the wheelbarrow kicks where he just kicks you in the face. That shit looked brutal as hell. RVD went for the frog splash, but he accidentally hit the taunt button, and Randy Orton rolled out of the ring to higher ground. So he basically did the RVD thing. I'm like, bro, you literally hit the taunt. Why'd you hit the taunt button? Just hit the move. But it was a tease, and so basically the babyface and the legend stand tall to end this segment. Then we get a promo recap of Goldberg versus Triple H at Survivor Series. Goldberg attacked all of Evolution with a sledgehammer to retain, and then the next week or the next night in a 3-on-1 handicap match, Triple H pinned Goldberg, and that's how tonight's main event was made, a rematch for the world title between the two. Next up, it's Lance Storm and Val Venus, pre-Twitter. Val Venus, by the way, talking about some ladies real horny. This Lance Storm is. That's all I can say. Because he was like, hey, what the bitches? That's basically what he said. What the bitches? What the bitches? The ladies obviously show up and after he asked that, and just when Lance Storm convinces them everything will be fine, the capture the midget match transition into this segment. The little guy then proceeds to headbutt Rosie in the balls, avoids Hurricane's little trap, and pushes a poor bystander into truss in the back. When I tell you, I felt more for the guy getting pushed into the truss than anything, because I've had one of those fall on my toe a few years ago.
Boy,
it's not fun.
I've had that fall on my feet. I've been hit in the shin.
It's not fun.
What the worst part was for me was when I got hit in the chest. Yeah, like the back of it, like just like I mean, the worst experience I've ever felt in my entire life. I'm surprised I still got a doggone chest. Like immediately when that hit me, I thought I didn't have any boobs.
You thought you were me?
I literally felt completely like all out of place after that. And when that happened, I said, you know what? Y'all do this the rest of the night. I'm going over here. I'm not doing this. No. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it for the rest of the night. Since y'all done did that and y'all done made me go through that and not say nothing, y'all don't hear me back here saying ouch and literally almost fell to the ground. Oh, okay. Y'all think that's cool? Bye. I'm going over here.
Hey man, I feel you on that. And I actually wrote down everything that they said. Hurricane said, "You can't run forever, you little fiend. Sooner or later, your little legs are going to get tired." and then he ran off with him, and then the other guy who got hit with the truss, he said, "I'm going to get you, you little midget." And then he ran off, and then I had to put the closed caption on this one because Rose was struggling to breathe. He said, "I'm going to choke you when I catch you." Like and then after all that, he literally panned back to the ladies. They was like, "What was that?" And Babylons and Storm was like, "They are not with us."
Right.
And then I wrote down, you can't even explain that to a normal person. So I get where they would come from. It's like, let's go to dinner. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Oh my gosh.
Next up, we get a backstage interview with Ric Flair, and I paused it for a minute, sat there for a moment, and was like, how the fuck is this man looking this old in 2003? It's like his face turned 60 and stopped there.
Right.
That man was looking old as hell in 2003. But anyway, Coach hypes up Ric Flair's DVD, The Ultimate Ric Flair Collection. Have you seen that? Yeah, me neither. Ric Flair cuts him off and cuts basically a Ric Flair type promo about being proud of his past and even more proud of Evolution. As Orton already won tonight, he proclaims he and Batista will win tonight. And then Triple H, the only guy I recognize as the World Heavyweight Champion, will take back what it rightfully is, the World Heavyweight Championship. Woo!
So much emphasis.
Yeah, it was basically a Ric Flair promo.
Yeah, so much emphasis.
And didn't age of
all those years.
he did not. That man stayed old forever. Like that dude stayed old in 1990. We reviewed 1996. That man did not age once.
One bit.
That man is old. He had an old face at however old he was in 1996. That man is old. We then cut to Matt Hardy in Eric Bischoff's office. Bischoff cuts a promo on Stone Cold, proclaiming he will never step foot on Raw again, which was a lie because if you keep watching, he eventually comes back. Matt then proceeds to spin the wheel and it lands on Strange Bedfellows. I was like, the fuck? Which is basically a tag team match where people who's never teamed up before will team. Matt's not sweating it and said he's heading to the ring. They then cut to Goldberg getting ready for tonight's main event. After the break, they hype up the match further with footage of Goldberg versus Triple H in SmackDown. Here comes the pain. Funny how they show this, and we just celebrated 19 years of this game coming out last week. Literally, I'm like,
yo,
damn. Next up is the Strange Bedfellows match. It's World Tag Team Champion Bubba Ray Dudley teaming with Lance Cade, then known as Garrison Cade, to take on Matt Hardy and Christian, which Matt is not happy with. Matt says he will start the match. Christian shoves Matt into Bubba, so this team isn't going to work. This entire match is basically when you hit the randomize button in WWE 2K22. Matt says B1 and Bubba just hit this man with the loudest chop I've ever heard in a minute. I'm like, yeah, damn. The match progressed even further. Christian tries to tag in Matt, but he hops off the apron, and Bubba takes advantage with a splash in the corner. And then a bubble bomb, and then Cade then tags in and hits a nice elbow drop off the top to pick up the win. This was a match. I barely paid attention to it. Bubba is not happy that he stole the win, and Bubba told him and his partner that they better watch their asses. Like I said, this match was whatever. We then cut to the back to Triple H and Ric Flair preparing for tonight's world title match. And I wrote, oh my God, Triple H is wearing biker shorts. Because this is the era where I believe Triple H was wearing those little long, like capri shorts, biker shorts. because I believe he was injured at this point, so he couldn't wear the trunks. And I'm like, this is weird. Next up, we talk about that segment you just talked about. Shawn Michaels is interviewed by Terry Runnels about tonight's tag team match. It's basically a can they coexist gimmick where Chris hates him and Shawn hates Chris and all that good stuff. The interview is over, but Shawn walks off and then he stops and comes back and tells Terry, there's a midget behind you looking up your dress. and then he walks off, was like, what the fuck is going on? And then Terry looks, and then they pause for a second with him looking up, and he was like,
Right.
I'm like, what?
Just a little pervert. I was like, girl, you was a little too late to say that. Like,
and then she gave him this little weak little slaps. I'm like, girl, you better sock his ass. Like, what you doing? What you doing, girl?
You was late. Like, yeah, at that point, you just didn't care. Like,
and then obviously Hurricane and company started chasing him, and all I could write down was, what the fuck? That's all I can say. I was like, this was something. And then next up is a rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship. Triple H and his biker shorts challenging Goldberg in a Survivor Series match. And I wrote down, why don't I remember them facing more than once at the Unforgiven? Like, I don't remember. I think I don't recall this feud at all. That's probably why. Triple H makes his way out with Ric Flair by his side. Triple H with no facial hair is just weird. He looked like a thumb. A thumb with hair. Like it just came off weird. Like, bro.
Oh man.
He looked like a thumb. That's literally what Triple H looked like with no facial hair. A thumb. Like,
not a thumb with no hair.
The thumb, like, cause look, if you look at the thumb from Spy Kids, they was thumbs with ass. They was thumbs with asses.
Oh.
They was thumbs with asses. So that was literally Triple H.
Oh,
a thumb with an ass.
Oh my gosh, no.
Goldberg, after this, Goldberg then made his entrance from his locker room, minus security, like his WCW days. And then I wrote down, for this to not be the main event, shenanigans are imminent. It started off kind of light with Triple H working over Goldberg after Flair distracted him. After Goldberg mounted a brief comeback, Triple H regained control after sending Goldberg into the steel steps, shoulder first. It was back and forth again until Goldberg mounted a comeback and set him up for the spear, but Triple H saw it, and he saw it coming and instantly rolled out of the ring. Triple H once again regained control after this. Goldberg hit a military press slam on Triple H and set him up again for the spear. But then Ric Flair grabbed the foot of Goldberg, but he didn't budge and knocked Flair off the ropes. Randy Orton then came running in and clearly in the sight of Mike Chioda. So I'm like, all right. But he ignored it, and Orton ate a spear from Goldberg while Chioda was trying to keep Flair from coming into the ring. Triple H then hit a low blow on Goldberg and hit a pedigree on the champion. Triple H was then moments away from winning all of this until literally all of Kane's pyro went off in the ring on stage, and Kane made his entrance, which Triple H isn't a fan of. Triple H decked Kane off the apron. Goldberg hit the spear on Triple H, and then Kane entered the ring and hit the big boot on Goldberg, and the referee finally rung the bell after all that shenanigans, throwing the match out via disqualification. Kane then goes in on the champion as Triple H rolled out of the ring. Kane hit the choke slam on Goldberg, and he leaves the champion lane to end the segment. I wrote down simply, the match itself was not good. That's why I sped through this. It was a Raw TV match. It was basically a Raw TV match, but the pyro got me.
Sped through some stuff.
Yeah, the pyro going off popped me a little bit, so I was like, okay, this is cool. Backstage, Triple H is furious about what just happened, and he wants Goldberg, but his tunes completely changes when Kane pops up behind him. They literally was on each other's back. I'm like, bro, any closer, y'all was fucking. That's how close they was. I'm like, bro, why you so close?
Dang.
Why you so close on this man? Like he literally just
face,
like back up, nigga.
Back up.
Like that man was on his back. Like he literally was. All he had to do was wrap his arms around him, and he was hugging him like that little prom picture.
Back up.
You know how they take them pictures in prom. That's literally how close he was.
With that big old white.
Like all he had to do was just hug him, and then it was just like, ooh.
With that background back in the day, be looking blue and all that.
That's literally how close he was. I'm like, God damn, bro, back up. Back up.
Hey, the pictures actually came out pretty nice though too. They did. They actually came out really nice.
Bischoff tries to make a world title match, but they kept cutting him off until he finally made a triple threat match at Armageddon for the title. Triple H is obviously not happy with this decision, but he has no choice but to accept it because Kane is like, "You got a problem with that?" No. Okay, cool. Then now we're in the parking lot and the Hurricane and crew are still chasing the little guy. So they literally turned this into a cat and mouse chase the entire night with the two. Next up, back in the arena, Booker T makes his entrance as he faces Mark Henry one-on-one after he stole the win on Raw the week prior. Eric Bischoff is still drinking a martini in his office with Teddy Long and Mark Henry. And I wrote down everything Teddy Long said. He came back there. He said, "Now hold on a minute, player. I want to know one thing now. What's up with the two Snow White showgirls? Utah ain't got no black girl shaking that booty."
This man was not hesitant at all. Like,
No. Utah ain't got no black girl shaking that booty. I'm like, what? What? What did you just say?
He was ready.
They then proceed to spin the Raw Roulette wheel to pick a stipulation, and it lands on Salt Lake City street fight. Eric Bischoff offers Mark Henry weapons, and he gladly accepts. Booker T, get ready for a Salt Lake City beatdown. Believe that. Booker T is furious that this match is happening, so he runs back to the ramp and looks to surprise Mark Henry. Booker jumps Mark from behind during his entrance, and Booker hits this man with a stop sign to the skull, and that sounded loud. And they brawl to the ring. Mark Henry then decided to randomly bend the stop sign, fold it up, and then Booker just went and hit this man with a 2x4 to the back and went to choke him, but that wasn't enough. Mark Henry tries to mount some offense until Booker got out of the way and then grabbed the skillet, literally grabbed the skillet and said, "Bunk." Bunk repeatedly to the back of his head. And then all I wrote down after this, I said, "Why the fuck does Mark Henry keep bending shit? Use it to hit the man, you goof." He just kept bending shit. After meeting Teddy Long in person and hearing him and Ron Simmons conversations, I'm not surprised. That makes sense. Like the dude, I'm like, what did you just say? But yeah, Mark Henry kept bending shit. I'm like, bro, hit the man. What are you doing? Booker then hit a spinning Rooney and an axe kick for a near fall, and I said this was the point where King was obsessed with calling Booker T a criminal on commentary, and all I could write down was, "Will you shut up like your plate is clean, creepy bastard." That's all I could say. Mark Henry finally uses a weapon and slams Booker's head into a trash can, and they hit him again full force with the can to the face to pick up the win, and the crowd did not care.
No.
They then had a promo for WWE Unscripted book. Have you seen that?
If I did, I probably don't remember.
I looked it up on Amazon, and it's like $11.99 on Kindle for like $50 for the hardback copy. I'm like, it's interesting. I'm not going to read it, but all right, because it's like 2003. This is 2022. We're back now with the wheel being spun, and it lands on a bra and panties match for Trish Stratus, and Sleazy E wished her bad luck for obvious reasons. Chris Jericho is waiting outside, and he makes a lucky guess that it was a bra and panties match. Trish asks Chris to do the right thing in his match, and Jericho is reluctant, but Trish uses her persuasions, if you will, to convince him to be good tonight. Of course, King is horny about it because it's King. Stone Cold Truth plugged by King and JR, and then the little guy is still running. What was his name again?
Fernando.
He's still running, and he lands in JR's lap. and that's when I literally tweeted. I was like, I have a million.
I was trying to figure out why. Like, why?
I had a million questions. If you guys don't believe me when I said he landed in this man's lap, take a look at this. This man landed in his lap. I was like, I have so many questions of what is going on here. Apparently, JR caught the little guy and he wanted to capture the midget match. And all I could do was like, all right, this okay. Then barbecue him, put some sauce on him, King. And I'm like, bruh, he's not a cannibal. What the fuck is wrong with you? JR then offers him to King, and he said, I've had a midget before, and I started instantly. I stared blank into the screen, and instantly was like, the fuck does that even mean?
Right.
You've had a midget before? What does that mean, dude? What?
Just weird. It's so freaking weird.
Y'all are so weird. Next up, we get At this point, I was like, this show is still going. But next up, we get Intercontinental Champion Rob Van Dam making his entrance. Eric Bischoff again popped up on the Tron, and he already spun the wheel, and it landed on a handicap match. Randy Orton convinced Bischoff to spin it again, and it landed on the Singapore Cane match, making it a Cane handicap match. And that was the cliffhanger. The opponents are Scott Steiner and Test. They're coming to the ring by a reluctant Stacy Keibler. I wrote down, this was after Scott turned heel and joined forces with Test after months of feuding. Oh, okay. RVD is trying his best to fight them off with the stick and his moves, but he's at a disadvantage. They hit a double clothesline with the cane on RVD, and the way RVD landed made my neck. I clutched a little bit. I was like, God damn. It looked like it hurt. Because he did a backflip and he landed on his neck and his neck turned. And I'm like, ugh. Maybe he's okay. Test accidentally hit Scott Steiner and already took advantage, hit the frog splash on Steiner, but Test took advantage of that and hit a sick ass shot with the cane to the back of the head of RVD to pick up the win. Stacy Keibler was not feeling either of them. Stacy was like, you thought I was feeling you? And I wrote down in all caps, we're gonna get you out of there, Stacy. We're gonna get you out of there. We're gonna get you out of there. Back in Eric's office, Chris Jericho questions Eric's decision to make a bra and panties match. He's falling for Trish Stratus at this point. Jericho says he will do the right thing when it's all said and done in regards to his tag team match. And then next up is the bra and panties match. Out first is Miss Jackie with Rico. King made a comment. He said there was a little slip of the nip. All right. Trish Stratus made her entrance, and they replay the kiss between Jericho and Trish. And then I decided to give a full breakdown of this match. You know, I'm finna practice my play-by-play on this match. I was paying firm attention. I'm gonna practice my play-by-play on this. Jackie attacked Trish, hitting okay, let me do this properly. Let me do this. I'm gonna have to do this properly for the people, because gotta do this properly.
Here we go. Jackie attacked Trish with a titillating sunset flip powerbomb and started pulling Trish's pants. Saw a little thongy thong. Trish saw a little thongy thong there. Trish said, "Not today," and pulled her off her top. Jackie said, "No, this heifer didn't," and put Trish in a trio roll in the corner in order to pull her top off. Trish was then not pleased by this transgression and connected with knife-edge chops. That was brutal. This match then took a turn when Rico tried to get involved, and Trish then proceeded to rip off his pants to reveal he was wearing a thong, and
At this point, I wanted to reach to the bleach. Everyone in this ring was disgusted. I was disgusted, but Rico was feeling himself until Jackie accidentally hit him out of the ring.
Now back to the program. Tristan here roll up on Jackie, pulled off the pants to pick up the win, and that was the bra and panties match.
Rico then chased Trish out of the ring as she continued to celebrate up the ramp. Jackie then went over and was mad at Lillian Garcia, whipped her shirt open. Lillian did not back down. And all I could write down was, boy, oh boy, have we progressed as the time went on, because this was something. That's all I can say about this match. I'm like, ooh, this was something.
Man, what was funny was that part you said transgression. I was like, oh yeah, this gonna go left already.
Backstage, Jericho continues. I guess he congratulates Trish and asks if they are still on for the evening. And she says, "That depends on you," leaving Chris conflicted. They cut back to Lillian in a bra for some reason, and then Shawn makes his way to the ring, and that goes to the main event as Evolution's Batista and Ric Flair take on the reluctant tag team partners of Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho in a Bischoff's Choice match. The hype of this match is: will Jericho be a good person like Trish wants him to be, or will he turn his back on his longtime rival HBK? If you've seen Can They Coexist type matches in modern WWE, this is basically this. That's basically what this match was. Shawn and Flair exchanged a bit until Flair got caught in the ropes and busted himself open the hard way. Like he literally caught himself in the top rope, and I guess he scratched his hand or something, and he started bleeding. He was woozy, but they kept going. So much went down, and Shawn accidentally nailed his tag team partner, which pissed off Jericho. And after Shawn hit Rick with the sweet chin music, Jericho hit Shawn with a super kick of his own, and Shawn landed on Flair to get the pin and the win. Jericho walks away smiling because I guess he feels he gets a date and a lovely night with Trish Stratus. Batista returns to the ring and attacks Shawn Michaels with a Batista bomb. Batista continues his assault and literally chokes the life out of Shawn, who begins spitting up blood. And then Batista had said a nice little icy line right here. It was kind of a bar. Do you believe in salvation? I believe in Armageddon. And I'm like, that's a bar. Okay. And the show obviously ends with Batista roaring into the camera as the final build to their Armageddon match. Overall, the show felt like it went a little too long for me. Some stuff could have not been there. I didn't really care for. What was your thoughts on this show? I know you skimmed through a lot of stuff, but what did you think about it? Was this better than the last show we reviewed?
I ain't gonna lie, it was, because it was a lot of funny moments, so I will give it that. So I did enjoy it though, like overall. But yeah, it would have been better if they did have it cut down a little bit. But other than that, it was no big deal. I liked it.
Yeah, and that concludes our retro review for Monday Night Raw Transgressions. All right, now's the part where we wrap up today's episode of the Gresh and Suela podcast. It was a nice little addition. We went a little long. You know how it is. Our limit is usually 2 hours for those of you who are new around here. But this is the part of the podcast where we chop it up with the Bandit, where Suela gives us top 3 trending topics and take us home for this edition of the Gresh and Suela podcast. Take it away, Queen Rebel.
Cool. So of course we got the very first thing. So I want to say around November the 8th, I believe. That's supposed to be Crown Jewel, WWE's Crown Jewel. So make sure you tune in for that.
Is it the 8th or the 5th?
I think it's the 8th.
No, it's Saturday.
It's the 5th?
Yes,
it's the 5th. I'm sorry. Yeah. So November 5th. My bad. Saturday. Well, see, no, this one is okay. All these days running in together. It's too much. Anyway, November 5th. Please turn in. It will be streaming on Peacock as well. So make sure you look into that. Also, rest in peace to Takeoff's family. Takeoff passed. If y'all don't know who that is, he is one of the members of the Migos, which is one of, in my opinion, is one of the most dope hip hop.
Most of us grew up on the Migos.
Ever.
I didn't. I was already kind of grown when they were popping. Like when they started really popping and hit the mainstream. But yeah, this killing shouldn't have happened. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Like it was over nothing.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen,
they actually, some sources say that it actually happened on accident too. So there's that.
It was a stray bullet. He got killed by a stray bullet. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta do better. Like we gotta do better. Like and I'm tired of saying that over and over again after these killings. It's like this time last year, I believe Young Dolph was killed. So it's like y'all, come on, man. And then we just lost P&B Rock. So it's like so many deaths and so many people that not even.
We lost P&B Rock. We lost Young Dolph. Now we don't lost Takeoff. And also, DeVito lost his 3-year-old child.
Exactly. It's like so much death we gotta send. But as far as with Takeoff is concerned, it's like, dog, that shouldn't have happened. And I'm not finna, unless it's confirmed officially, I'm not finna speculate or anything, but if you got to pull out a gun, you probably got to reevaluate yourself, because if you got to pull out a gun in a fight or argument, you need to reevaluate your entire life. Like, this was senseless, shouldn't have happened. Rest in peace, Takeoff, and sending all our condolences to Offset, Quavo, the entire family and friends of Takeoff. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Also, they say that Jake Paul's score, I guess, like, was a little bit higher than Anderson Silva's in the match that they had. I think around like Halloween, like
that was the thing.
2 days before Halloween. I think so. Yeah. Like, I didn't even chance to. I didn't really watch it.
I didn't watch that shit.
I went to Tiana Taylor's Halloween party, so I definitely wasn't even worrying about that. That wasn't even on my mind. I had way too much fun. The thing was American Horror Story. We got down, we partied, we danced all night.
I was asleep.
So much fun. And then when we were done, me and my friend, well, actually, she's like my sister to me. So, like, me and her, we ended up going to Waffle House right after that because we were so hungry, and we were all the way in freaking Alpharetta. So,
Waffle House.
We was like, man, we finna find some food around here. But shouts out to her. Like, thank y'all for like having us and the Aunties production. Like, we had a ball. We had so much fun, and they had food there too, so that was fun too. Like, I'm glad they fed us and everything. So I am very, very excited about that. I was like on cloud infinity when I went. I was so excited. But yes, I recommend y'all please drink your water. If you do fitness, find the fitness that works for you. You ain't gotta overdo it. You ain't gotta try to do all these type of workouts just to try to look somebody else. Be yourself. Love you first, because that's how it starts. Love you first, and then everything else will fall into place. Make sure, like, if you are dealing with things mentally, there is help. That's basically the bottom line. It's okay to talk to somebody. It's okay to get a therapist. So it's okay. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to hurt. It's okay. But at the end of the day, don't stay there. Don't wallow in it. Get up, get out, smell the air, listen to the birds sing, look at the trees, like hear the wind blow. I don't care. But like, just please, like, whatever you do, find something that makes you be at peace. Also, did I mention drink your water? If I haven't, please drink your water. Some people are getting sick around this season. The season's starting to change, so please make sure you elevate on your Tylenol, your Robitussin, cough drops, vitamin C. Like, I recommend you please do that and intake your water. Please stay hydrated because it is very, very needed. If y'all are doing gigs out here, whether it be concert or corporate, please be safe. Please always make sure that if y'all are deciding to take in an Uber or Lyft, in case you're not using your own car, make sure you check these license plates and make sure that's the person that is coming to pick you up. Just verify. I believe in trust, but verify. Like, so please make sure you do that too. And also, please just be safe out here. If you see something suspicious, report it. Don't try to go up in there and handle it yourself, especially when you ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't do that. Like, that's how people end up getting hurt for no reason. So please handle that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today.
All right, and speaking of not being a hero, make sure you guys not be a hero and not stay up too late, because that concludes this episode of the Gresh and Lee's podcast. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and chilling with us here for another installment of the Gresh and Lee's podcast. Next week, like I said at the top of the show, it will be an announcement. This show will be growing very, very soon. So hopefully you guys can stick around with that. But as always and forever, we appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for kicking with us. Make sure you cop the merch. I'm rocking the black AF shirt. Make sure you guys cop the merch as always. It goes to the podcast and goes to the channel itself. We appreciate you guys fondly for everything that you do, as far whether it's subscribe, like, give us a rating, whatever the case may be. Make sure you guys, we appreciate you guys. We really do. We genuinely do. And with that being said, make sure you guys follow us on social media at Gresh Unleashed, or follow us directly at Josh Gresham RG, at Swallow the Bandit 3, or check our direct links at solo.to/Gresh and solo.to/Swallow, as well as check out the podcast in audio form where you can listen to wherever you go. www.greshandunleashed.com. That is the official hub for all all things the Gresh Unleashed podcast. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. And remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Be breezy.
Bye, y'all.